Tonight's draw against Bournemouth, for me, it just gave us the clearest indication behind what this team needs. I've been saying this and I'm going to keep saying this, but once this game gets past the 60th minute, I see two completely different Chelsea teams. I see a Chelsea team that start the game off high intensity, high energy, high spirits, dominating opponents. Then I see a different Chelsea team once we get past the 60th minute where we lose control, where the opposition out from nowhere, after getting penned in and getting suffocated, they start coming back with shots, counterattacks, and all of that. And in the last 6 games now, we've constantly seen results going against us and results going not our way. And for me, it's quite obvious what we need to do. In this market, a striker and a midfield player is key. A striker is needed because Nicholas Jackson is not there yet. Nicholas Jackson, he's exciting. He's an excellent football player, but he's not an excellent striker. That's okay. But what you have to do now, you have to get a number 2 with experience. You don't sign another potential FC forward to come in and hopefully potential our way to results. It's not going to happen. And the second thing we need is a midfield player because, my God, when Enzo gets past that 60th minute, his legs are gone. The legs are gone in midfield. We get opened up for fun. It's happened in the last 5-6 games. For me, bring back Andre Santos. Stop wasting time. I don't care about Strasbourg. I care about us. Bring back Santos. Your holiday in France is over. Yeah, come back to where the serious football is because we need that. Yeah, and I just knew that we paid the price for this eventually. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to say it straight. Yeah, this is why it was stupid to let go of Conor Gallagher in your squad, because in games like this, when the energy gets low and you need that fire, you need the energy, you need to win those decisive tackles. He's the guy that did that for us last season, but you moved him on. Why? Because he didn't want to sign your pittance contract and because you were undermining him for years. And this is where a lot of my frustrations now go straight towards the board and directors, because what are you here to do? Are you here to create Borussia Dortmund and Brighton and all these clubs that focus on young, exciting players? You know, they play sexy, fun football, but it's fun football that doesn't have any meat to it. It doesn't lead towards anything. It doesn't help you challenge for honours. It doesn't help you get 3 points, yeah? And that's where we are right now. And we're seeing it. If we can't sexy our way to results, what do we have in the tank to come back? I'm sounding a bit harsh because I'm going to say this. If this was last season, we would have lost this game today. The fact at least we came back to claw ourselves back in, Reece James, our captain, with a decisive action, stepping up, finally someone taking a set piece away from Cole Palmer and then putting that free kick in at that moment we needed. This is why I love Reece James. And you see, that's why he's a world-class football player. Yeah? Now ask yourself, how many of these guys have the mentality that someone like Reece has? And then ask yourself, why do we only have 1 or 2 of them? Is that going to be enough for us to get where we hope to get to when you lack this type of character in the team? It's obvious. When I look at this team, it just screams out to me. They need that 29-year-old. They need that 32-year-old to put their arms around them, to control things, to talk to the team, to settle nerves and moments. They need that experienced guy up front that doesn't need 10 chances and opportunities to score a goal. He can get by on 1 or 2. In previous Chelsea teams that benefit, that used to win, don't forget that for every Drogba and every striker we had that Giroud. You know, we had that Loic Remy. You know, we had that Crespo. We had that number 2. And he was an experienced number 2. And he was a number 2 that brought something different. And right now, I'm making news videos at 12 a.m. at flipping nighttime talking about a 19-year-old wonder kid again from Bayern Munich who hasn't scored a single goal this season, who hasn't even played up front at all this season. That's where the director's priorities are. What's the next move? What's the next flip? What's the next smart recruitment? You know, this never-ending game of players coming in, players going out. What is the long-term purpose? What is the long-term utility towards this? Yeah. If you're recreating Dortmund, if you're recreating Brighton, yes, This is beautiful because you're going to constantly keep on making money. You're going to keep recruiting for fun. You're going to keep your positions at this football club forever because you're a guaranteed source of income for the owners and the shareholders and all the money guys. But what is the utility on the field? At what point are we going to prioritize that? Maresca, my God, maybe just cut out the nice guy shit in the press conferences. Come out and say, listen, it's time to start sticking it on these directors because I know what I need. And when you're seeing a guy that's reluctant to bring on certain guys or they're waiting too long at XYZ, what's that telling you about how he sees the squad he has at hand for the challenge he has at hand? Now, I'll give credit to Maresca, yeah? I know some of you guys who are emotional and you don't use your heads or think after losses. You just come up with a lot of dumb shit. You're probably saying dumb stuff like Maresca out. But for the other guys who I hope I'm talking to, you would have seen Maresca was like, listen, I know where this game is going. I'm flipping. I'm making changes. I'm making changes instantly. I'm wasting no time. And that's something that I can at least value him for. Because I think one of the best things he did that allowed us to get back in the game is something I've been waiting to see for a goddamn long time is Reece James inverting in midfield. We're going to need that. We're going to need that experience of Reece. Look how he was running the midfield near the end. The driving runs, pushing the team up the field, playing the right pass. This is what Caicedo's going to need this season. Lavia, he's an excellent, exciting talent. But you saw why he got taken off in the end. He makes a decisive mistake, which goes towards the penalty against us. And then he gets an instant yellow card, forcing something because he's still feeling the emotion of the mistake. And that's fine. He's 21 years old. He missed out on a year's worth of football already. You know, you need to help your Lavias if they're going to grow. And you need a bit of experience around them. And this is where Reece James, if he can keep his fitness, if he can reinvent himself more as an inverted guy who doesn't have to go on these busting runs, breaking his hamstring for fun, he could be a valuable weapon for this team. Because when the team needed Reece James tonight, when the team needed their captain tonight, Reece James steps up. Let's not forget that. And that just sums up the type of character that is needed to help this team get past the finishing line of securing top 4. Yeah, that first half we steamrolled Brighton. We made Brighton look like a Division 1 team. That was how dominant we were, bro. 13 shots versus Bournemouth's 1 on target. Yeah, the first 10 minutes, we were seeing Joga Bonito football. Cole Palmer proving why he's the best creative powerhouse in this league. It was just audacious attempt after audacious attempt. You can see the ease in which the team was just regularly playing through Bournemouth. One of the more intense teams in the country. But near the end, Bournemouth proved why exactly they are where they are, because they got resilience, they have mentality, and they have the legs to match that intensity from the first minute to the last minute. And that's something this squad can't do right now. They can't do that right now. Our recruitment team, they're going to have to do what's best for the team. And what's best for us right now is short-term success. And short-term success is securing Champions League football at all costs, yeah? My lords, I am envisioning something scary. And that's the end of this season's run-up, where all these teams are taking it right to the final game of this season to secure points. Now, yes, it's annoying. It's a piss take that we didn't get 3 points today. Again, the winless streak goes on. But at least we got a point from this. My prediction was right. I said it in my preview. On paper, we're going to steamroll Bournemouth. But do we have the mentality? Are we going to take our moments? It's an absolute no. And it's not going to turn around overnight. The window in January provides the perfect opportunity. But it is not an opportunity, in my opinion, from how I'm seeing things, and turn towards more youth players who don't have the experience of what it takes to play with this type of pressure to secure objectives. Yeah, that's how I see things. That's how I see it. We don't need more young man coming in where, listen, this is the mentality at big clubs. It's the pressure, expectations. It's not about players never really having the ability to begin with. How does your ability, how does it match alongside your mentality? That is the thing we need. And for my God, it goes back to the point I'm saying. In every serious team where we won things, we had the experienced backups we could turn to. Yeah, not every game is going to be a first half against Bournemouth where your beautiful football is going to single-handedly give you all the results and performances and accolades you deserve, man. It doesn't work like that. This will only work when your Palmers and Enzos and Caicedos and Cobles and everyone and Jacksons, when they're 26, 27, 25, they're 3-4 years away from that. Yeah? 3-4 years away from that. Unless the plan is to be Dortmund for the next few years, and then we have to reset things when your Palmers and Cole get fed up not winning anything, and they want to go, and they're going to have a lot of their years in their contract would have expired during that time, then you continue to do what you're doing. But if the plan is to be serious, make something happen, and start to go for short-term successes, this window, it needs to bring some experience. I need to see that experienced gunman up front. He doesn't have to be world-class, yeah? For anyone that has dreams of Osimhen's not happening, yeah? That's not happening because he's told Galatasaray he's committed. Licorice ain't happening. Why? Because this release clause comes down to a ridiculously affordable fee in the summer. Right now, you're not going to get him for that price. The market for that gunman you want, you have to wait for the summer. But we don't need the big gunman. We need the smart gunman. We need the experienced gunman. We need the gunman who's going to do things to elevate this team. And I'll give you an example. We got some of the best crosses in the league in our team. We got Nico Jackson up front to get on the end of that. When I saw Cole Palmer play in that ball near the end of the first half, my lords, I feel angry for Palmer because you denied him his best assist this season. That was pure genius, pure genius from Cole Palmer. And some of these moments are getting wasted because the squad profile is not well suited, yeah? Nicholas Jackson, he's a good player. He created that goal that gave Palmer the opening goal out from nowhere. That's what he does at his best. Made Zabani look like a fool. Skipped past 3, ball in behind. But he's not a great striker. He's a great player. He's not a great striker. Nicholas needs 5, 6, 7 chances to score a goal. This was a shooting gallery from Nico today. A shooting gallery. At least he got some of these targets on target. But is that the standard now? Being fortunate that shots are at least forcing saves and not going in the back of the net. He was unlucky with a few of them. But the unforgivable one was that miss near the end of the second half. You know, to not score the head and then to not convert the rebound afterwards. That, for me, tells me everything I need to know. Nico needs help. Nico is not our gunman for a season like this with expectations that we're going to be relying on him. Yeah? Yeah? Directors, yeah, be serious. Stop being stupid. Stop doing this moneyball recruiting nonsense. We put ourselves in this stupid situation by buying an overabundance of players. Players that don't even have a long shelf life. 6 months from now, Duisburg out the window. Vega, go out on loan. There's no... How are you helping the manager? How are you helping this team? Yeah? Be smart. Be humble, directors. Go for the experience to help this team out. This team shouldn't be turning towards guys like Tolson to be one of the most experienced figures in the squad. That is insanity to me, yeah? Yeah? We got the youngest team in the league by a mile, and you see it in our performances because it's not a sustainable way of football we're playing. We run out of steam, we run out of ideas, we run out of hope, yeah? But today, Reece James and that cameo as a sub was a reminder of the intangible stuff you need to find success in this season. The real stuff you need. You know, in a tight Premier League season where small moments, if Brooks had got sent off and the game's down to 1-0, if Nico could have got a pen near the end the other way, you know, hitting the post for God's sake, that incredible minute of football where Bournemouth could have equalised, and then 20 seconds later, Nico hits the post the other side, the game just swayed there and there, yeah? This is a wake-up call to show you how fine the margins are, and we have to control those margins better. If we're going to get CL football, we're not going to get CL football by pumping teams 3-4-0 on ridiculous goal-scoring sprees. We're going to seal CL football by keeping hold of leads better. We're going to seal CL football if, with all the million corners we put in the books, we have someone that gives us reliability from converting them. We're going to seal things if we have a midfield that has a little bit of experience or just more energy to not undo their good work due to moments of inexperience or rage or emotion coming through, the lack of experience. These are the important things this squad needs now to get this season's objective of securing Champions League football done. It's serious time now, yeah? 2 weeks left of this window. Get serious. Get serious right now and help us get CL. Because if we don't get CL football, we'll look back at this crucial stage in the season where our directors, they were against us. They were there for themselves and their long-term play, whatever that is. They weren't here for the team and its needs for right now. So that's everything I have to say. Share your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you all soon. Cool.